Hello. If you missed the pre-show, something's different. I'm here, but that guy that claims that his show, he's not here today. His name is on the screen. Talk your shit, Maz, but he's not here. Welcome to Just Say Fuck It. S1E18. Today we are joined by the first time ever special guest co-host that goes by the name of
Cleveland's own Mike D.
Hello. I called him up and I said, "Hey, you want to come co-host with me?" He's like, "Sure." Hey, no problem. Just say fuck it. I'll be there. No problem at all. Thank you so much for joining me because I wouldn't have known how to host a show by myself first and foremost.
Oh man, you're incredible. There's not much that you can't do from what I've seen.
This is true. I'm not gonna say. I'll tell people if I don't want to do it, I can't figure it out. And if I really want to do it, I'll figure it out.
You can't even figure it out.
Yeah, I won't even like math. Can't figure that shit out because I don't want to. They have calculators now. Remember when we was in school and they were like, "You have to learn how to do this. You can't just walk around with a computer in your pocket."
Oh, they lied like a motherfucker.
This shit do as much as this shit. God damn it, shit. Well, you know what? They didn't lie. They just didn't know.
Yeah, we had to memorize all the words. And then spell check still don't get it right. I have to go back and double check and make sure. Like
spell check will play the fuck out of you. Man. Spell check will definitely play the fuck out of you. So for those that don't know who you are, go ahead and tell people a little smidget about yourself.
I'm just a guy that's behind the scenes that enjoys seeing people flourish. So whatever I can do to be a good teammate, by that I mean like as a city. I look at Cleveland as a lot more than people give it credit for. But instead of just being one of the people that talk about it all day, I'd rather just go and do it. So
right.
That's how I becoming a producer. Across multimedia became a thing for me. It's part of my day to day. It's part of my lifestyle. So I said, "Fuck it, why not?"
So when you say media, you mean multimedia. Break down a few of the things that you do when it comes to media.
So I started off on the corporate end. Figuring out how the logistics work. Stepped out into writing blogs. Got into operating the cameras. Did radio for a minute. Couple TV shows, got back into radio, then stepped into live streaming and web series, really looking at how film and things of that nature work. So it just became a process of figuring it out and, helping people get, I want to see people get like on their own rights and, all that other shit.
Yeah, you always be on me. Don't just post it on TikTok.
Yeah, go by your name.
Don't just. I'm like, yo, Mike. I just want to film. I don't know all the I don't want to say I don't know. Like you heard me say like you're not wrong. I just want to film right now.
You've been putting out some really dope content, and
thank you
for as much as you push and as hard as you work behind the scenes, where that not a lot of people get to see. Mm-hmm. I've seen it. I've seen the growth. I've seen the determination. Like you said, if you don't want to do it, you can't figure it out.
Yeah, I won't figure it out.
You quick, so you must want to do it. So I'm like,
that's what I was about to say. You've literally been around since day one of the first show that the other guy that's not here that we had. No, for real. Yeah, because listen, you was one of the two people to show me how to even set up fucking cameras and shit.
Yeah, he been there too.
He's just been sitting there on the couch though. Literally.
I've had friends for my entire life that it's hard to get them to just show up.
Understandable.
He showed up.
Since 2019, since January of 2019. Yeah, I throw him his credit, and I have to I tell him or tell other people that I don't want to say see him doing nothing because a lot of people don't even understand. I hit him and other people up to come be a host. You're doing what I asked you to do. There's nothing else to really say about it. I asked you to come host a show, and That's what he does with ourselves. So shout out to Talk Your Shit Moms, I guess, gets a little credit.
Yeah, cause he yeah, I still remember like
day one, man.
You weren't even in front of the camera
nope.
at first.
I was behind the camera. I never thought I was gonna be in front of a camera either. I never imagined that.
I'm saying, look at that face.
Sitting how could you here, because Ricky is not the same. She's not the same. See, that was Ricky in 2019 still. Uh-huh.
So then the black pepper pie.
Yeah, she was like, "No, I want to be on camera too."
It's pretty cool. Like just the team as a whole, you've always had, solid individuals on the talent side.
On the talent side, that is absolutely correct. On the talent side, I have not slighted anyone that's sat on this couch before, regardless of what went wrong as far as when they were on this couch hosting. Yeah, we've said it on the other show before. It was behind the camera stuff. Nobody's heard me say anything about somebody hosting, but I also asked you to come host for a reason. So, but you know what? This ain't like really about me though.
Oh yeah,
this was about you. Thank you, I appreciate it. So as far as shows, like we were saying, what I've done, what do you have coming up?
Oh man, so Lyrical Rhythms is every week at the B-side.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the B-side every Tuesday.
Yeah, LRVibes.com.
And like what is it 10:30?
We working on it. No, we start the comedy up about 7-8 o'clock.
I guess we can shout out at Morrow 2 Drinks and a Joke. It starts at, I think they started, I don't want to say the wrong time. Get there at 7 and start drinking and then just wait for the show to start.
I'm just saying, because it's a vibe.
There it is. Stay from like 7 to like 2 o'clock in the morning when they kick you out.
Oh yeah. And then we definitely got the Daily Hype. Shout out to Big Trend out here. She's been
Trinity?
Yeah, Trinity. She's been here for like a couple months, and she's already done more in that short amount of time than people that's been at it for years.
Okay, so, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, but you should. And the only reason I say you should, Trinity, is because it's what I said to myself is because of when it's starting. No, you started. We've already wasted time. Oh, let's go.
She be with it.
Right, yeah. Time has already been wasted. Ain't got no more time to waste. Just make sure you're ready for whatever you're doing. I'm not going to get into the conversation that we had Tuesday, but that's what, like, I have to give people, like, when people suggest things for me to do, I'm like, no, you're not wrong. I'm just not quite ready to do that just yet.
That's where the team come in.
Yeah, but the team ain't the ones, in front of the camera with you and doing whatever it is that you need to get done. Yeah, you got to get ready for that in a lot of ways. But again, this ain't about me. So we got the Lyrical Rhythms. We got the Daily Hype.
Rhythm and Blues. That's with Trinity. She got that coming up.
Okay.
We got homies from Love Hate Brand, Mellow the Poet, and Chef Los from Two Chefs and the Beat. We collabing on a special edition of Lyrical Rhythms. So that's coming up every second Tuesday of the month.
Okay.
First Tuesday is coming to the mix. We got DJ Chicago and Arrogant co-hosting.
Okay.
So that's gonna be.
I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, we just this actually the first time anybody done heard
Breaking
it outside of the group.
Exclusive.
But we got that coming. We got the boat ride coming up with DJ Chicago September 12th.
Yeah. I saw that.
The Roach involved in that. B-side always got a crazy lineup.
I think you skipping something. You skipping somebody. You thinking about it. What am I missing?
Who else? We got
Hell. How do you forget Hell?
We got I didn't forget
HE double hockey
I didn't forget that. That's Hillville. We definitely got the performance party coming up.
There you go.
Monthly now. So we got.
And if you missed the last one, you should have been there.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to catch that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to catch the next one. Shout out to Hillville and MC Grains.
Oh yeah, that's coming up. We got that June 23rd and July 23rd.
Okay, and is that going to be back
at the Grog Shop with shout out to AJ Tyus. We got the band, the DJ, DJ Plan B, and the performers.
And that's what I was going to say. Are the performers for the next one already set to go, or if anyone wants to hop on that, what do they need to do?
So we're gonna drop the lineup probably. I don't know, maybe next week.
Okay. So the next one coming up is already set.
Yeah, we gonna start dropping the names out. Oh, we always need vendors.
The hello vendors.
It's a lot going on. There's always vendors. It's events.
Get some food, man.
Oh,
food.
Man,
what do I say when I step in? Yo, you got food today?
It's always gonna be food, fun.
Drinks will definitely be there. What's the bartender for the grog that was there last time?
Oh, Suli.
Shout out to her. She can make a drink.
Yeah, Suli
she like her job. Let me tell you, she like her job, and she like other people to like her job.
Suli, Jeff, Marty, Wallace, all the garage shop gang.
What?
B-side, they was that we've been 18 years in with them.
For the Lyrical Rhythms, it was just the 18th anniversary last month.
Yeah, shout out to Q.
Yeah, last month
because we still got Lyrical Rhythms LA too, so we connecting the dots between here and there. We got Lyrical Rhythms Radio.
Now, see, I didn't know about that. You just dropping all the little gems around.
Soup's Kitchen, he's been working on his interview series. Podcast music, playlist, there's so much.
It's a lot coming. It sounds like a network to me, Mike. I don't know. It sounds like a station.
We looking for directors and producers and editors. It's just, why not here?
Why not? I agree. And it came up, just me being little old me and so new. Since then, I've come across so much talent just within the city. I was so ready upon deciding what I wanted to do. And when it came down to creative things, when I first started, I was like, yo, I gotta get out of Ohio. This ain't it. And then now lately that's changed. I'm like, no, Ohio's straight. There's actually a lot of, like I said, talent and just so many creative people that have so many ideas. It just, man, look, things just need to just happen. I think too much of the thought process, the planning stages, I think sometimes those go too long. Sometimes
when
things just need to.
About the meetings.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just sometimes, because I said before, you can't till you're ready, but sometimes you are at that point and you just won't admit to yourself you're ready.
Shout out to Will Porch. We got an action squad, so as soon as you put it out there, we with it. We also got Divergent Suites. We got the grand opening coming up of that salon, the luxury salon suites.
Okay.
So it's a lot going on.
All right. I mean, I'm glad you have a lot. Right. I'm glad you have a lot. But I gotta be honest. I didn't expect it to go that long. You are very good at talking about all the things. I didn't really have to pull that out of you. So thank you. No, I'm not even complaining. All right, so again, this is relationship week for the month. So I'm trying to think where could we just, you know what? Let's go ahead to the most recent thing. And the most recent thing that happened will be Lori Harvey breaking up with Michael B. Jordan. People saw them as relationship goals. And honestly, just because they broke up, they're not my relationship goals. I thought they were just a cute couple. We got to remember, we're on the outside looking in. We don't really know what happens outside of a post on social media. Let's just be real here. Well, it's another breakup for her. They've got the meme going now with her and the Thor costume, glove, and all the people that she's broken up with. It's a nice list, it ain't like hello, it's not some nobodies. Future's on that list, Diddy's on that list, but she's catching hell for being a female that wants to date.
She's thinking like a man.
Is she, or is she just thinking like a woman that wants to date? Why she gotta be thinking like a man because she want to date?
I was just making the Steve Harvey reference.
I know what you were saying, but you made a valid point, because people will say that about her in a negative way, but if a man does it, it's just what a man does. Crazy.
I think, with thinking like a man, it's not necessarily that it's not geared towards a particular type of relationship. Mm-hmm. It's usually like, all right, what gets it done? What provides peace? What gets us some type of progress? I don't know.
But you're saying it in a way to sustain the relationship, though.
Right. And a lot of times the subject matter or the relationship isn't based on anything sustainable. If you only with me because of what I have, you know, are we talking about the same things all the time? If you're with me because of where I can get you, what's gonna happen once you get there? It's like I have to think, I have to think about myself within it. Like both sides have to be a little selfish for it to work.
I think that they're getting judged in a way that, with, like I said, from the outside looking in, and people will see like him, like he did something so extremely amazing for her, and I think people are relating that to the way that they date. You'll see maybe they'll go on this expensive vacation, but for them, that's like a night at the movies when we compare my bank account to their bank account. So don't see a trip to Bora Bora like, oh my God, that's so extreme. He must really be in love with her to take her somewhere nice like this. No,
he was going with or without her.
There is that. There is that. He's capable of providing that, and it's not like that could be date 2. Okay, versus our 5-year anniversary of being married. They're just not the same.
Yeah, the grind's a little different.
Yeah, it is. So don't look at that and think someone is just so in love with the person because their bank account allows them to treat them differently than what you can.
Dudes be catching hell. Come talking about some. You don't take me nice places like that.
Right. No, well, date someone that can afford to do that. That's just how I look at it. Don't expect that from someone because now that you said that, that brings up a point of don't put pressure on somebody like that either. Mm-hmm. I don't see those things and be like, yeah, I can't wait to go. No, I'm not.
Yeah, no.
I'm not expecting that out of you. I got a general idea how much you make a year, so I'm not. This is just not plausible. But what else I noticed when it came down to Lori Harvey and how she was viewed, nobody mentioned how many breakups Ye has had. He just had one right before they broke up. And if we're discussing the in and out of relationship, I'm just like, why isn't Ye in the conversation? There are public relationships. Technically, he's still legally married.
I don't think anybody, from my perspective as a guy, I never looked at Kim and Kanye as relationship goals, and I don't think it was really forced out there. They were more of a spectacle. Like that was a very unique couple. You're not gonna find. You're not gonna find that dynamic too often. Like Kanye is
exactly.
He's an extreme artist and expressionary artist at that, and she loves to be admired. So to be his version of Mona Lisa for this era, how could she not? She was more infatuated with that. I don't even think she really noticed Kanye as Kanye.
I think they were in a way relationship goals for me on the outside looking in. Because of the dynamic of who they were as far as what goes down in history. And when you kind of start to view life in general that way of who gets remembered and who doesn't, it depends on who you want to be while you're here and when you're gone. So for me, hell yeah, that relationship goes. Because on top of that, their kids, they're set for a few generations.
Yeah.
Because these two people came together and had children. I think if anything, I don't know if he was so much, again, outside looking in, so much in love with her or in love with the idea of what he was able to achieve. Because he said that before of him, this Kim Kardashian. So I don't know which one held more weight. I think for her to be with him, I don't know. It might have worked the same way for her. I got kids by Kanye West.
I mean,
that's a what? Yeah. And you the only one.
Yeah, about 4 of them.
And you the only one. Nobody else has kids at this moment by Kanye West, but Kim Kardashian. Man, how many rappers can you say that about? On the business standpoint, it was perfect. It definitely worked. We saw. I give it credit to the relationship, the rise of Kim Kardashian. I also give Kim Kardashian her credit, and I give Kanye West. Being with Kanye West, we're not about to say it did not help her. But at the same time, it helped Kanye West. That's a fan base for him to pull in. Y'all both pull in. So that's why I'm like, yeah, man, they relationship goes to me. I don't know.
I'm saying if we, within the spirit of the conversation, we looking at Kim's body, like not body count, but just her dating history and her path to even be relevant.
Yeah. See, I think her dating history plays a role because they were all public with her because she was that breakthrough of reality TV. To me, she's like the Elizabeth Taylor of our time. And I think everything she decided she wanted to be, I think she is that, and I applaud that because that's what the fuck is up to me.
I mean, it's not Lori Harvey and Kim Kardashian.
I mean, she's fucking Kim Kardashian. Like, people are gonna remember you.
I mean,
yeah, but
it's a little better.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody was like, "You want to be Kim Kardashian or Lori Harvey?" I'm gonna be Kim Kardashian. Like,
I don't think.
I'm thinking. I don't care how many sex tapes is out there or nothing.
Lori Harvey hasn't capitalized in the manner that
not
Kim
yet.
Kardashian has.
She just getting started. She's just 25. Where was Kim Kardashian at 25?
She was with Reggie Bush. So the Reggie Bush and the
Michael B. Jordan.
That's,
hello. Future was up there, but she wasn't as known herself yet.
I mean, Future
was up there for her to be, dating as far as a level, but
like to know who Future is, you got to be black or like under 25 and white for the most part.
Okay. That was the gender and race part that you were missing. I'm like, wait, there's something missing here. Oh boy, we missed a lot of the chat. My bad. I was looking, and then we really got into. Oh my God! Wait. You just definitely read that out loud. You gotta read the comments to yourself and then out loud. No, it's absolutely fine. But you're saying it out loud live and it doesn't come back. That's what I'm saying this for you. I don't care what anybody hears. Oh wow. I don't know who this is, but I mean, if you want to blow our comment section up, I'm not posting that up here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the chat on. Whatever happens after that. Yeah, we did miss, but yeah, it's you got to give her time. Lori Harvey, here's some. Let's go down to some comparisons first. You have both come from famous dads.
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't have the backup though of her sisters, her family in general. So there's an ex. Well, shit.
Steve Harvey with the fro is different than boy.
No, see, that's a father-daughter. They can't play the same role as mother-daughter and mother-sister. Like, it's just, that's it. It'll just get weird. And I'm sure she doesn't want to go in the direction of like wholesome family. But I could see a reality show happening. I could see that. I could see her with her dad. Hey, Steve, he might be tired of Family Feud if he's still doing that. You never know. So that may be you heard it here first. I don't know.
It's free enterprise. Sky's the limit.
Yeah, because when you said it, at first I was like, no, but then I also realized, it is Steve Harley, as far as acting go, he is talented. Because them shits be scripted. So I could see him pulling it off. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'm still looking at these comments that I'm not posting this. They'll just have to, if you want to keep going, that's whatever. Let's see here. Where else can we go? Let's just get into this one because I feel like this is about to be a pretty quick, stupid little subject here, which is melatonin overdose in children on the rise.
That's wild.
Why? Because parents have been giving their children melatonin to make them go to sleep. There was a spike in 2020. I think people were probably distressed from being in a house like they've never been in a house together before, and they just really wanted their kids to go to sleep.
I mean, they used to get babies Robitussin and NyQuil.
When we didn't know the outcome of what you were doing to your child.
All right, so that's fair.
So Here's the catch-22. These things are marketed for children. They're literally labeled. That's where I'm going. You heard that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well, I locked the door. We live. Oh God, please. Let's not do that. That might actually be mine. He never locked the door. That might have fucked him up if the door was locked. That'd be crazy if he just happened to walk in and join the show.
Hey, this would be like the Wayne Brady episode.
That would be. I don't know. There's no out the window, by the way. Like, so whoever this is watching it, like, we just heard a weird voice. No, let me get into the subject. I don't want it to get weird. This is actually an important subject. So again, back to it. Melatonin overdoses in children. Like you were saying, they were marketed for kids and they were marketed as gummies. They were, I would imagine, sweet. I don't know. I didn't buy them. I gotta be honest with you, Mike. When I first heard about this, I thought it was a joke. I was seeing the memes and shit of people like, yeah, I can give my kids melatonin so I can go do this with mom and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I thought.
Middle of the day. Not.
Guess what I learned today? You motherfuckers is out here actually giving melatonin to your kids. What happened was they went from a value of like 200 and something million to 820 million in like 3 years. Why? Because y'all are creating drug addicts. Y'all are creating future adults that don't know how to go to sleep on their own. That creates a drug addict. That makes people need to take drugs because they can't go to sleep. You are increasing your kids' doctor bills, medical, like, why? Because you just want to go about your business? No, when you become a parent, there goes sleep. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Sleep is just, you gotta wait until they old enough to mind their own business. Like,
but you know the part that tripped me out, the ironic part. The ones for couple time. They want that personal time.
No.
So you about to put the babies that you got to sleep to go make more babies?
Like, you got time for the ones you got. Listen, either be quiet or wait till they at somebody close family member house or something, wherever they go when you can get time, or you just have to not.
Let's say just get spayed or neutered.
Being a parent is, you have to make sacrifices, and for some, wanting them to sleep.
I mean, it's like you gotta know that's the outcome of what you're doing.
No, you don't.
I'll be shooting blanks.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the outcome is making another one? I thought you were saying the outcome of creating, drug addicts. And the only reason I was like, nah, is because, all right, it's kind of off subject, but it's kind of not. So, the opioid crisis is what is, I think, been referred to. A lot of them weren't aware that they were being created to be drug addicts. You had Big Pharma giving them these prescriptions that became addictions. And once the prescriptions ran out, they turned to heroin. So what happened is a lot of people view them in the same way. They try to relate the treatment to them. And I may lose my black card, but I just gotta say it. They try to relate the treatment of white America because, believe it or not, that was the target of this. I know it's crazy, but that's what the fuck they did. They try to relate the treatment to them of getting therapy and help versus what happened to people that were addicted to crack in the 80s. And what I have to say to that is, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna tell it now. My dad was a drug addict in the 80s, so I get to say it. He decided to be a drug addict. People that were addicted to opioids, they didn't know they were becoming drug addicts. They were getting prescription from their doctor. Like, all right, I'm taking this for this surgery I had or this pain I have. Right. And then became addicted. And once the prescriptions ran out, then switched to heroin. So when it comes to something like that, my sympathy for you was different. You didn't actually want to be a drug addict. Shit, man, pharmaceutical companies got sued over this shit. So that tell you.
They ain't gonna talk about that, though.
It depends on what you watch. So, So for me, being me, I like to watch a lot of documentaries. So this is how I became informed of, kind of went your fault. You didn't want to throw your life away. You actually probably saw what happened to the crackheads of the 80s. It was like, I don't want to do that. And then next thing you knew, you was doing that.
Yeah.
So, again, my sympathy when it comes to that is a little bit different. So I say that to say the people that are giving their kids this melatonin, it's also being targeted for you to give your kids melatonin.
Right.
Don't.
Because when they done smoked up your TV,
future drug addict. We're gonna be having fucking documentaries in 20 years about these kids. Man, listen. It's what I also thought of. Remember we had the candy cigarettes? How many of us smokers? How many of us still need to fake that habit?
Because they definitely took the candy cigarettes away.
And because through research, shout out to me in a test subject, you'll never get compensated, just bad loans. It's like, these kids shouldn't have these because it's gonna probably make them want to be drug addicts. You know what? I forgot a topic, and it's not on the list, and I'm gonna toss this one in, and I think you'll be okay with talking about it. And if you got jokes to tell, feel free. I will not be offended because I don't know what your viewpoint is on this. Yeah, we can take that off. We used it already. I don't know what your viewpoint is going to be on this. And here's the topic. You can see it before it hits the screen. You see that before I hit the button, and this is what I'm about to switch this over to. I can't ignore. I didn't went to go type and I forgot where I wanted to switch it. So Pride Month. Everyone gets to have an opinion first and foremost. I'm gonna just be clear. I can't stop you from having an opinion. You get to have an opinion. I have an opinion, so of course you get to have an opinion. When it's Pride Month right now, and there's a lot of people, because I'm mostly on Facebook. There's a lot of people on my timeline that I just kind of had to unfollow. I just gotta be honest. People are saying some really fucked up shit, and I try to get better at explaining through social media because you can't hear my voice when I talk. So you don't hear me talking like this, and you may think I'm saying things aggressively because of the words you see, and I'm not. And I've seen people say some things, and I'm just like, yo, this is discrimination. There's no other way for me to label it other than you just don't. Oh my goodness. I've said it on here before. I don't know all of the rules and letters and shit, but you just got something against the LGBTQ community. I think I found out there's another letter, and I don't know what that letter is.
Oh yeah, they definitely added something.
Yeah, I think they might have added.
They changed the flag is different too. I saw.
Is it? I haven't really. I haven't gotten out into.
There's like a little triangle chunk in the middle, and it's like a different set of colors.
See, I didn't even know. I'm personally, I'm not gay whatsoever, but I'm not one of the people that have a problem with anyone else. Whichever that falls under. I don't see. That's what I'm saying. I don't fucking know. It's honestly, I'm not gonna say I'm the too old person to understand. I'm the too old person because there's just a lot, and I don't have a problem being informed. But yo, man, listen, all this is new to me. And because of that, I'm cool with whatever anybody does. Like, have you seen like some of the posts that I've seen or what people have had to say? Because I've seen some. It's like I have things running through my head of what I've seen people say. And I don't even want to say it on camera because it's just so fucked up.
That's why you just flash. You get flashcards.
No, I don't even want to do that.
But yeah, no, and I don't know what triggers who anymore. So I've seen a lot of things that I don't get or understand just in a human sense.
Okay.
I don't really take a side, or I don't even have an opinion on it for real at this point, just because there's so much that intersects. It's like, okay, that's cool. You to each his own has been the message for. Like I think I see there's the approach where it was when they were still trying to break through and find acceptance, but it's like you already got there. Like this isn't the same. I see it oftentimes compared to like what it's like to be black and go through civil rights, and it's like it's not quite the same because we still have that. It's like you're at least making progress. It don't work that same unless we fit into one of these other demographics. So it's like it's still kind of a difficult read for me, but people are finding some semblance of peace in their own way. If people don't like it, who cares? Like it's like nobody gonna question some of the stuff you do.
Yeah, and okay, I'll say.
Well, they might though.
Yeah,
there's some people that do.
I get questioned by everything.
There's some hetero people that do some really questionable shit. Like, have you seen?
Okay, we gonna hold on. We don't forget what you said right there. Okay, because the only thing I wanted to say is I actually was one of those people to compare it, and the reason I compared it because someone had made a post and he was like, "This is an agenda," and they just wanted to be inclusive in everything. And I was like, yo, that sounds familiar. Because once upon a time, there was a race of people that just wanted to be included, and people was like, this is an agenda. Now, I will agree with you, they've made progress, but I believe they've also made progress thanks to civil rights.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Let's not forget that part. I had to point that out, too. But as far as them making progress, yes, you're right. And at the same time, because you see what people say about it, the progress still hasn't gotten as far as we have because we still get the same shit. Not that long ago, a gay club was shot up because it was a gay club.
Right.
We'll have a black church or a black group of people shot up just because they're black. And that's the part that I try to get people to
do it in front of his own house for reading a book. He was reading a book in front of his own house.
Yeah, but it's the reason for your existence of who you are. Right. So when you are being discriminated against for being who you are, and people will combat it with "you're born that way." Well, yeah, you know the color of your skin when you born, but you don't know how your brain is gonna function when you hit puberty. Okay, so you just made people refuse to believe that someone can be born gay. I don't know. I don't know. So because I don't know, I can't say no. Now, let's be honest. We see traits in young children sometimes. It's particularly in little boys. Let's be real because we've all seen it.
Everybody got that one cousin or sibling
that you always have known your whole time growing up. Come on, man. Knows. So you trying to say that person wasn't born that way, or you trying to say that person was influenced by something they seen, like a Whopper with top and bottom buns? People was actually offended. Did you see that? There was First of all, this didn't even happen. This didn't even happen in America. First of all, this was in Austria. And they had the Whopper that they advertised with either 2 tops or 2 bottoms. People were like, no, the children. I'm like, it's 2 buns.
Why do the children know what this means already?
I have 1, 2. Be more worried about the meat you feeding them in that motherfucking Whopper over them 2 slices of goddamn bread.
The 2 tops and the 2 bottoms was fighting over the meat.
But because of this, people were like, no, the children. I'm like, yo, you don't even live in Austria. Are you even reading the whole headline? Or are you just rushing to be offended?
Oh, people definitely just read the headline and then they just have
the absolute nothing but.
They ain't read nothing in the
nothing but. And that's what, and I don't know. I think it's like a Libra thing. Like, we are just so truth and justice. Like, we have to just like tell people like, yo, this ain't, you don't even live there.
No.
If your kids is saying it because y'all sharing this shit on social media throughout the state. Okay? Shout out to Burger King though for the advertisement of that Whopper. That shit fucking worked.
We talking about it. So the market.
Congrats, yo. I bet you they sales are gonna go up this month.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's see. What did well, that's kind of a sad one, but they're both kind of sad. I don't know. I don't really want to do too sad posts, but this one could be a funny one. All right, so this was something I saw. Now you got a chance to actually read more than I did, and the caption was, this was a Twitter post. I should have had the screenshot of it loaded. I saw a Twitter post, and the lady was like, guys, tell about your heartbreaks. what did you do like immediately after heartbreak? Like, and this one guy was like, it was my birthday and I went to drop the kids off there and we just broke up. And she knew I was about to go out that night and she was already there with the new dude and yelled out the window, "Happy birthday, have fun." And he was like, every time somebody at his birthday party was like, "Yo, are you having fun?" He just got angry. And the reason I made it with topic, again, it's about relationships, but it's because we rarely see that side of men when it comes to breakups in terms of. See, hold on, you didn't even let me ask. When it comes to heartbreak, I'm go ahead and address the male side of that. Like, what is the average? Like, not just your experience. Like, you've heard stories because y'all can tell each other. What is that? What do you hear? What's going on when men break up? Besides y'all just going to the strip club.
I mean, it's a lot between that and the strip club. But I don't know. Like, men talk to each other. Like, some men don't have that. But even within that, you still gotta deal with it. And I think that's what you see more so is us dealing with it. It's not that some of us, we don't have people to turn to, and even if we did, it wouldn't matter. Most people are gonna try and bring the subject right back to their view or their experience. They don't want to see it from the perspective you're coming from. So you get this, but what does it matter anyway? Then you combine that with the fact that you don't have to suck it up and deal with it anyway. Within this new, I said, like, since like hot girl summer.
Oh boy, city girls. Oh, we forgot all about that to add that as a topic. Go ahead.
I've definitely noticed. Women been having their way for a while without even knowing it, especially black women. And in relationships, the things that our grandmothers and great grandmothers needed men for are not the same things that
not at all.
women need a man for right now. So
he's free now,
and so it creates this social dynamic where now women do think like a man. If I'm borrowing from the Lori Harvey reference, it's just a matter of, okay, now we can have an honest conversation about where we at, because okay, now you have your own, I have my own. Like you said, we both have our freedom.
Right.
What you want to do now? Because I don't need this piece of paper to be stuck with you no more.
Yeah,
we can create our own terms. We can do it the way we want to, and a lot of that. Some of our people were together for survival. They didn't get divorced for survival purposes. They wouldn't. You got people who would never show emotion. Like, there's some people who grew up and never saw their mother or their father show emotion in front of them because they wanted to maintain strength. They didn't want to be weak in front of their children. And then you have, we these what earthquakes say, we these ghetto parents trying to raise these suburban kids.
Well, I mean, don't leave out religion playing a role in that. Some people
that does too.
Well, shit.
But people pick and choose what parts of religion they want to use.
That's true. But I was going to say, depending on where you lived, you actually, as a woman, you weren't even allowed to file for divorce.
That too.
So I have to also remind people, you're asking. It depends on what age your grandmother was. She may have wanted to leave.
Different set of choices. Completely different set of choices.
Completely. What time? And so I'm old enough to say that because my grandmother, not my great grandmother, she passed at the age of 93 in 2009. So for her, she couldn't do shit. She couldn't leave if she wanted to. I'm not saying she did. There was once upon a time she couldn't even have her own fucking bank account. I mean,
and I didn't grow
you
up
have to consider that if you're wondering why. Hello, you gotta consider. We are just seeing more the first women to ... The first women to equal pay. Shit, can she afford to leave if she wants to? Right. So there's a lot of reasons.
Anyway, like, black women make more than black men on a consistent basis. Like, most black men aren't employed. We have entrepreneurs. We have we had those that just get it how they live.
I was say that there's that.
It's you talking about like people on paper, but that go back to high school coming out. I came out 03. Throughout that time, there were more financial opportunities available for girls going to college than there were for boys. Different rules even from FAFSA. Because my sister, I had female friends and sisters and cousins getting way more, like they were getting checks back from financial aid. I got a bill from financial aid. I'm like, I don't understand.
Did they have kids?
Not all of them.
Okay. It would be kids applied. Now I can say I wouldn't know, but I believe you. And I think maybe one of the reasons is, like I said, we're just seeing a lot of the first women too. Yeah. So this is catch up. Not the shit you put on French fries. This is literally women getting a little bit of a launching pad to, play a little bit of catch up. And one of the reasons for that being is women wouldn't be making as much yet without the education behind it too. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I actually didn't know that, but it sounds very believable. But my brain was like, reason.
But then, like my household until I was 11 was all women. There was not another guy in the house. It was me, mom, grandmother, aunties, sisters, cousins. I was out.
I couldn't do it.
I was out man and out gun.
That's too many women for me.
I was fighting for my life.
Yeah, I bet I would have been too. That's a lot of female. But getting back to the topic of the man in heartbreak that I don't know if you tried to run away on purpose, but it's on the screen. So I couldn't forget.
That even helped me with like processing heartbreak because I can see a woman's perspective. It's like, you know what? Maybe I wasn't that good in that moment. I not all people can do this, not just men, but I can admit where I fell short. It's like, you know what? I did mess this up. I had maybe one or two bad breakups, and I had to look at myself like, man, you look stupid. And then
but that's not a heartbreak of what the subject matter we were talking about, though. Like, wait a minute.
Oh, like you mean where somebody broke?
Yeah, that was. I gave you all the little memes to read this shit. This was the point of the emotional side that we don't see from men. Okay. I think you kind of did give some details before. I can say one reason, though, that maybe men get treated more harshly, that, that we'll maybe not care about this, think that we won't care about their feelings as much is because y'all don't show that side. So perhaps we are viewing y'all as being enough form of that heartless to be like, you good. If you ain't showing that, like, why would it exist?
Because who does it matter to?
How can it if it doesn't get expressed?
It does, though.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing.
It definitely does. Because think about some dudes do they break up. They put it out there. Like Tyrese is a meme because he had an emotional moment. It's like Will Smith had an emotional moment. Will Smith had emotional moments, and he's a meme. Like every time the crying Jordan face. Wait. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, but that's how it's treated. If a man shows emotion, it's like, you look stupid. Like, get it together. But that's also in our.
But that's your fellow man, though. Your fellow man has to also not laugh at.
That's our upbringing. Mothers, especially to their sons. Boy, cut that out. Little girls get coddled a little bit more at times, depending on how they go. Especially if they get dads. That daddy's girl thing kicking in.
Yeah.
I got daughters.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I think girls that are raised with I think it's girls that are raised with their dads around.
But this
girl in their lives. I'll put it in their lives. Yeah, I think they're definitely different.
But girls without it kind of go through the same thing. Just it plays out different.
What I will say though is when you say that is like the mom didn't, but that's the dad's role to play.
Single moms.
How is mom supposed to raise a man when she's a woman? Wait, Father's Day is coming up. Y'all say don't stop telling these single moms happy Mother's or happy Father's Day. Well, how is mom supposed to do that? The best mom can do is teach the son what she would expect.
But that's still not right.
It's not. How does she know?
But my mom admitted she didn't know and kept me around male role models.
Okay, well, if she don't have the right one.
Well, I mean, so that's where sports came into play for me personally. And then I also had church. Then
Mom works 60 hours a week. When is she taking you to sports? I'm gonna hit you with everything.
I know. I was a latchkey kid when I was 6. I was I wasn't trying. I was also like this size early in life, so there wasn't too many people trying to test me. But I mean, I had music, I had art, I had science,
but not all do. And the only reason I'm like this is because where's the dad?
Sometimes the dad don't even get like I didn't meet my dad until I was 23.
Yeah, but I'm saying where's the dad because I hate when the mom is there taking her responsibility as she should, and then the finger is pointed. Remember how we started? The finger gets pointed at mom. So for me, I'm like, no, point the finger at dad. Dad was supposed to be there to play his role.
I mean, not being there plays its own part. Like that's
not usually in a positive way. It doesn't not happen, but
I don't know.
There are stories going both ways. The best bet, I think, is the positive dad role model before any other. And notice I said positive dad. Not all dads are positive dads to have around. I completely agree. But the positive dad role model. So whenever I hear things like that, especially being a single mom, I'm like, yo, because see, dad.
But then that also plays in because sometimes the dad not being involved is, a positive because the dad wasn't in the right headspace. Sometimes the mom ain't either. And there's a lot of moms that just aren't there for the kid either. Like I've seen it play out both ways, but just focusing on where the dad's not there. Just from personal and life experiences, I've seen where the dad being there has done its damage. I've seen where the dad not being there has done its damage. It at some point it still comes down to like just dealing with heartbreak. Like I went through a lot of mediation and anger management type stuff as a kid where I got tools early because like I'm a 6 foot black kid.
So wait,
I can't just rage out on people.
I'm gonna back up, and if you don't, oh boy, I'm gonna back up just a little, and if you don't want to discuss it, and I actually kind of want to make it quick because I'm starting to forget where I was taking it. What you said you didn't meet your dad till you were 23, or he wasn't in your life till you were 23?
I didn't even meet him till I was 23.
Now, was that by choice for him?
Yeah, he had other stuff to do. The last time I saw him before that, he wasn't trying to claim me until something. He was trying to avoid child support when I was 11, but then my mom never really wanted it. She wasn't gonna get it. It was a fight. She didn't see it being worth it.
Yeah.
So we found it. But I was also an enterprising kid. I was 9, 10, 11. I was already making my own money, so I was wired a little differently.
Yeah, right. You were lucky enough.
But my mom also showed me, like when I was maybe 5, how
to get it together. Yeah. See, and you were lucky enough to have the right role models in your life, even though they were apparently weren't the majority female. Based on
I had a grandmother who wasn't allowed to go to middle school and didn't believe in making excuses. So,
yeah. See, but yeah, you had those things to make you who you are now, and it's unfortunate that not every little boy gets to have that. There's programs and there's different things. What I'll say when the fault falls on both sides, be it mother and father, is make better decisions in who you have children with. You know what I just noticed? Look at the middle of that screen. We just gonna say this was his promo episode. Why am I noticing it at the end of the episode? Sponsored by For Your Fries Only. Shit, fucking. He was here last week. I didn't even realize the thing was still up here.
I had his fries at Rhythm and Blues. Trinity did it at Lotus. Okay. Shout out to Chris Kane.
Yeah, the next time he'll be back. He actually is gonna cook. I forgot to tell you that earlier. Yeah, he's cooking next time. Yeah, he was supposed to this time, but unfortunately we couldn't. So yeah, shout out to him, yo. You really just got a whole. I'm gonna need some free fries because I swear I did not know this until we were about to see her in this episode. But yeah, shout out to him. Well, we have one, and we'll go ahead and make this one like somewhat quick. This was actually the last one, and we can go ahead and we'll make this one quick. I cannot believe those. So a couple days ago, and this is the relationship episode. You actually said you didn't even know like what happened. Trouble from TVE was murdered, and we were actually discussing this, and it got brought up because I'm looking at another situation where the person he was with was blamed. What happened? There's two different stories. I'm going to give you the one that I'm aware of enough to talk about. He went to visit her, and he was murdered by someone else. I don't know, dating during them being together, because apparently they had been together on and off for a while or before. And I saw people blame her for that. They were like, why did you have him over there if you knew the dude was crazy? I don't think she knew. Sometimes you don't know somebody is that fucking nuts until shit goes wrong. Okay? And they were pointing a finger at her for that and for dating multiple people, i.e. Lori Harvey. Okay? And then, lo and fucking behold, right? Before I come to pick you up, I'm looking on goddamn Instagram, and there's a post from the other person he was dating. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
He had somebody else too?
He was dating someone else too. And people need to stop judging people so fucking soon, because this woman was now in public eye. You know, this is just what harm honestly can it do? I can say it can do a lot of harm to certain people. We've seen people commit suicide. True. And I don't want to say this is about to go there, but don't think because you make a post it's gonna do no harm. I just it's just popping in my head to say that. But I'm just like, yo, this lady was judged dating multiple people, and so was he.
Hers one is messy, I guess. Or his. Nobody got killed in his.
Well, I'm not gonna blame her for someone being that fucking nuts. Because here's my thing. We I think just brought it up on camera. Just leave. If you have such a problem with the person you dating, don't date them no more.
Right.
You just can't blame her. Like, unless she went and like did some harm to his kids or some shit. How can you blame?
Because you don't know what they have between.
You don't know shit. But this person lost their fucking mind, and no, you should have just stopped seeing her. Yeah. End of story. Everybody goes home. Everyone lives to see another day. And if I'm not mistaken, he's already been caught and is in jail.
Yeah, I don't see why I gotta go there for real. It's like,
look, your life is gone. She moves on.
Over a little bit of pussy.
Dates, marries, has children with someone else while you sit in jail. I don't know if they got the death penalty there or not. They probably do.
It just don't make sense to me.
Why did you just throw your life away? That's what you throw your life away and his. Like,
over a little bit of.
I don't care what it was, what part of her anatomy it was over.
Was it the cookie?
Just leave.
It could have been the cookie.
Just leave, yo. And she just never go that far. People get stalked. Like, people just do crazy shit. And then females do it too. There was a whole episode called Snapped. I can't even just put this on men when it comes to that. Y'all do mass murders, but
it's like half a lifetime.
Mass murders falls on the male species. All right. Thank you for tuning in.
They've been doing it over a long enough.
And if
they don't wage wars.
So we're gonna end up going over an hour. I'm gonna make it quick. I saw like actual statistics. It is majority white middle-aged males, but
they can't
but non-white males have a category too, and that is college and university shootings. That's fucked up. Well, and you can imagine the reasons why: not being able to fit in, not being able to keep up. Your environment has changed. Now that part I'm not sure, but if I'm thinking, I'm gonna say that's why. again, thank you for tuning in live. Multistream Thursday. I don't know when the fuck we started today. Ooh, a little after 9. Mike D, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Talk your shit, Maz. Sorry you missed the show.
Shout out to Maz.